Would you spend $450 on this? Well, the organizers for this Barbie Dream Fest event in Florida are issuing refunds after customers complained that the event was lackluster, even comparing it to the viral Willy Wonka-themed experience in Glasgow. The creators of the fan weekend promised 3 days of glam, nostalgia, and dream big energy made for Barbie fans of every generation. But ticket holders, some of whom paid up to $450, say it was far from that. Hell Hotel, a burlesque group who attended the event, told the BBC they were expecting much more based on what was advertised.
Oh no? Yeah, that's how this is going.
There were empty halls, maybe 14 vendors, lack of things to do for all ages, and especially a lack of events for our demographic, the group said. A day pass to the event cost $72 for adults and $33 for children, and as much as $250 for a 3-day pass with a swag bag, comprised of a plastic pouch and Barbie hand sanitizer. Some activities at the event cost extra. Mattel, who owned the Barbie brand, said that full refunds will be given out to everyone who purchased tickets.
I'm not one to complain, and usually I just suck it up. But at this Barbie Dream Fest, it said it opened at 9. We weren't let in till 9:45, and vendors were still arriving and setting up shop. Once we finally got in, it was very underwhelming. The space was huge, and there was just so much emptiness.
Y'all. What? But let's do it for the kids.
This was their 80s roller skating rink, which was tiny and had no lights. There was no way any adults would have been able to skate in there. This was their Barbie dream house, a cardboard standing box with a VW wagon. It would have been nice, but the doors were closed, so you couldn't even go inside of it. As you can see, everything else was just spread out, open, very empty, very scarce, and it was just fee after fee.
Y'all, we came to this because it was so hyped online. It was, a bunch of vendors. They made it seem like there was so much to do. This is a huge space, okay, at the Broward Convention Center. It is empty. Empty, okay? Even some of the things, like, you have to pay for everything extra. So we paid for $70 a ticket to get in, $20 to pay for parking, and then on top of that, you're paying for a picture. You're paying for every little thing at every little vendor. Come on now, like, this is what you get for free. This.
To clarify, you are able to roller skate for free. You are able to ride the bikes for free. You can go to the Michaels vendor and you are able to take a picture, they print it for you, and you can decorate your own frame for free. Michaels saved the day for this event because it was not worth what we paid for, and I recommend you do not go.
What is up, everybody? I am Samuel, and I'm not usually one to make videos like this, but I'm just really pissed about the fact that I spent $450 for a Barbie Dream Pass for Barbie Dream Fest in my neck of the woods, Fort Lauderdale-esque Florida, and the event was not anywhere near as advertised. First and foremost, I was promised a swag bag. You know what they gave me as a swag bag for $450? Hand sanitizer and a hairbrush. Hand sanitizer and a hairbrush for $450. That swag bag alone, if I really wanted to buy that stuff, you know how much that stuff could have cost on Amazon? Look at the price over here. $28 for a hairbrush. And they want to say that the hairbrush and hand sanitizer is a swag bag. This was the sign I saw when I first walked in. This was an overall view of me going down from the escalator. But this is what was the biggest insult, or one of them, because this interactive dream house. Notice how Mattel on their website is changing it to say, just plain dream house, but before it said interactive. This is not interactive, especially for $450. The merch selection was disappointing. It either was Playline or stuff that I could literally buy anywhere, anytime. There was nothing really special or unique about this event, especially to justify the price point that they charged. And the fact of the matter is that Mattel, now that I'm finding out about this, used an event planner that is a known scammer in the event planning community. You can check it out on Reddit and all the other forums to see what I'm talking about. This is another view of some of the general event space. You can kind of see a very, very tiny bit of the roller disco, quote-unquote, rink they had. It was so tiny, it was literally made for kids. Like, I don't know how they expect a good amount of grown-ups to skate in there when there were barely any kids, let alone any... there was barely any space for kids in there. It was tiny. I still just can't get over how much of an insult this house is, especially when it was promised to be interactive. I had so much higher expectations than whatever this is. And I'm going to be disputing the charges with my credit card company because this event was not what it was portrayed to be on the Barbie Instagram page, on any of the events. It's an insult to longtime fans and collectors like myself, because there are tons of collectors who I met who came from very, very far away, and they are just as pissed too. Point is, don't go to Barbie Dreamfest. It's owned by Mischief Events. That name alone should tell you something right there, honey. And dispute the charges for your bank, or with your bank rather, because this event is trash. Literal TRASH, trash. Don't go, don't give them a dime. However, I will give the event one piece of credit. One piece of credit only. There was a panel with all the Barbie designers, and I did get a Silkstone No. 1 Repro Convention Edition from 2020 that was in good condition for a good price. But this, don't go to this event. Save your money, and if you're there, dispute the charges with your bank. Get your money back, because baby, it is not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Fest, now getting refunds. This is the interview house. Some people paid over $400, and for that, this is what I'm expecting. And here's a comment that shows how prepared they were. So this business said, do you need balloon decor? 6 days ago, and they said, DMing you. I will say, whoever built this, I think they did a great job. And then there's another comment from a company saying they're the ones who built the sets. And I will defend this business, because if this is what was ordered from them, then they delivered what they were asked to make. So there were multiple tiers of pricing. You have the $452 pass, but I believe it goes down to $50 or $70. One woman who paid $70 for her ticket, this was her swag bag. Hand sanitizer with the Barbie logo thrown on it. But even if you look over that, she said basically everything else cost money. So the roller skating was free, riding the bikes was free, but the vendors, they cost money. Another person said they spent $20 to get their child's nails painted. An attendee claimed there were about 10 vendors and only 4 of them actually had Barbie products. The rest were just other things like soaps and jewelry. Not to mention the scheduling issues. So many things were moved around or canceled. People had a hard time finding the schedule, plus all the issues with the guest speakers. Now, one had to cancel for a medical emergency, which by all means take care of yourself. That's not their fault. The advertisement made it look like it was going to be so much better. I mean, a lot of people paid for the $425 ticket, then they paid for a hotel, travel, all of that to take their children. And I saw so many comments saying they only stayed for 2 hours because after that, there was nothing else for their kids to do. And I've also seen a lot of disappointment for certain influencers who were either paid or came here for free and gave their reviews. So many comments of people saying that you have completely lost your credibility after saying that this was just the best thing ever. I personally have a lot of social anxiety and I don't like to go to things like this, which apparently saves me a lot of money and disappointment. But the people who did pay, travel, came here to have a good time and didn't deserve a refund. And I am so happy that they're going to do that for them. I mean, at this point, they really don't have an option because people are going to start doing chargebacks. I can think of like 4 festivals just off the top of my head that have been major fails like this. How do these companies not realize and like learn and do better? I mean, there's no way that they couldn't have put a little more effort into this, and now they're going to pay for it, literally. Anyway, as far as Mattel, they basically put out a statement saying that Mischief Management had licensing to use the Barbie name and that they want everyone who loves Barbie to have an amazing time. And Mischief Management's like, we're hearing the feedback, we're giving refunds. If you actually attended the Barbie Fest and you get a refund, please let me know, because I am wondering how quickly those are actually going to
Barbie Dream Fest? More like Barbie Nightmare Fest. What is this? As your local Tumblr historian, I fear I need to break this story to you that has been blowing up on Twitter and Reddit this morning. Because as Reddit user Hell Hotel Show has mentioned, they totally got DashCon. Barbie Dream Fest was advertised as a first of its kind Barbie fan convention that was supposed to feature celebrity guests, interactive exhibits, and photo ops. And honestly, their website looked very legit and the celebrity guest lineup looked promising, inspiring guests to talk to fans of Barbie. That makes sense. Yeah, Barbie Dreamhouse photo op sounds fun. Explore a larger-than-life version of Barbie's front yard. I have not seen literally anybody post in front of Barbie's dream house yet. I just keep seeing what looks like Barbie's picnic patch. Maybe where's the dream house? That's okay. Maybe they can have fun at the 80s disco roller rink. Oh, okay. You know what? Since you're not gonna get all sweaty roller skating, maybe the glam bar could be fun. The glam bar. How we getting glam here, guys? I don't think the fashion show has happened yet, but I'm starting to doubt that anything about this runway will be high energy. No, Mattel themselves was not putting this on. This company, Mischief Management, licensed out Barbie from Mattel to be able to throw this fan fest. The sponsors and partners that they were able to get as well are all very established companies like Michaels, Dillard's, Unique Vintage. On one hand, I have to give credit where credit is due. These pieces individually do all look very nice. Problem is that this type of a space works really well for like the artist's alley at a giant comic book or anime convention, but it definitely does not translate into dreamy enough for Barbie's Dream Fest. When you're putting on something like this, you've got to think about how all of your individual pieces are going to look in the bigger picture of your venue, of your event space, and they didn't seem to do that here. And those types of details matter, especially when this is how much you are charging for admission to your event for the weekend. If you want to charge $250 and $450 for the VIP passes, you need to provide a VIP experience. And through a Barbie lens, this doesn't look VIP. Who knows, maybe Barbie the movie live in concert will end up being so fun it saves the weekend. Or the people who paid almost $50 extra to be able to see it. And this is still a developing story, so as the weekend continues to go on, I'm sure we will get more glimpses into what is happening. If you are at Barbie Dream Fest and are disappointed, I hope you find a way to make the most of it and have a fun time. And if you're one of the people who is running Barbie Dream Fest, I know a great way that you might be able to fix this.
Events at this scale just aren't working. Okay, this right here is the Barbie Dream Fest or Barbie Nightmare Fest because people paid close to $1,000 to go here, counting hotels and $250 tickets, and this is what they were met with. Now, I'm not a Barbie fan, okay, but I am familiar with Barbie because of the movie. I have two girls. This right here is supposed to be the Barbie Dream House. If this is all that Barbie could dream up, I would question her capacity for imagination. Now, obviously, this is giving Willy Wonka experience vibes, absolutely, okay? This right here, this roller derby, looks like something that would be set up at a 5K. But this actually might be worse than the Willy Wonka experience because there were celebrity signings promised here. Yes, these were the celebrities that were supposed to show up and sign. Serena Williams, Angel Reese, and everybody else here. So this actually might be the new event that we compare other events to because this is worse than the Willy Wonka experience. We need to bring back small batch events because these large ones that are happening at expo centers, these are greedy, okay? They are maximizing the amount of tickets they can sell, and they're always underwhelming, and there's so much negative space. I'd like to hear in the comments below what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Barbie Dream Fest is the new Willy Wonka experience. No, it's just ghetto. It's just a ghetto event that was mismanaged. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination you could really call this the ultimate Barbie fan weekend because it was a slap in the face to a lot of people that went. I've seen the same pictures and videos as everyone else, and I can say if this is what I experienced, I would be very upset. I would want my money back. Now, this event itself was run by Mischief Management, who I guess licensed out all the Mattel stuff. A lot of people online understand them to be scammers, if not just irresponsible event planners in general. general. So while Mattel themselves weren't the ones putting out a cardboard cutout in a patch of grass, they let this happen. And more than anything, I think this is really sad because of how many people that truly love Barbie, one, attended, but also were involved behind the scenes. They had voice actors from the show, they had designers, they had celebrities, all these people that really wanted to celebrate Barbie genuinely. So to take all that excitement and then match it with a handful of pink decorations in a way too big, depressing gray convention center space is like actually disrespectful. There being a $450 option for something like this doesn't make any sense. And I do think we need to get away from the narrative of thinking people who pay this kind of money deserve to be disappointed. Like, that's wrong. The response should not be, haha, that's what you get. Like, it should be, oh no, I'm very sorry that happened to you. And I don't think the takeaway should be Barbie doesn't care about the community and they want to scam people, because that's not true. But they do need to do better, and they do need to make sure that things like this never happen again. But let me know what you guys.
Yo, I'm coming in hot with an unpopular opinion about a Barbie Dream Fest fiasco situation. First of all, the event itself was a little bit of a dumpster fire. As we all know. I don't know whose fault it was. Also, I don't care. It's none of my business. However, can I tell you how many amazing people I met there? I met a woman who came by herself who makes Barbie furniture out of cardboard. And she said it's really stupid. It's not nothing. You think a little girl playing with her Barbies is going to care that her furniture's made out of cardboard? You might inspire her to be a Barbie furniture designer herself one day. You never know how you showing up can impact or influence or inspire someone else. The vendors that were there, although very few, were kind, hardworking women. Just trying to connect with other women at this event. There were a ton of little girls there that were dressed up, and they didn't give a crap. They were having the time of their lives. And I get it. They don't quite understand yet for the cost of the ticket and the quality of the event. You didn't quite get what you paid for. Well, by the time I got home from Fort Lauderdale yesterday, they had emailed me saying, hey, we're giving you a refund. Don't worry about it. Which I think is the right thing to do because it wasn't as it was advertised. Period. It just wasn't. We get it. You know what I'm really pissed about? I got an email this morning from Inside Edition. The TV show said, we would like to interview you and talk about your disappointment in the event. I was disappointed in the event, but I never said that. I took to my social media and said, you know what? I'm gonna look at this with gratitude, and here's why. I've been the ugly fat girl my entire life. I've been a private investigator sitting in a car, isolated on surveillance, hiding behind black, dark tinted windows because I felt so ugly I didn't want to be seen. I hid myself. And a big reason for that is because my college professor said, you'll never make it as a private investigator because you're a girl and that's a man's industry. But you know who does all the man's jobs now? And who has since the beginning of time? Barbie. Barbie has been an inspiration to girls forever. We all know that. That's why we all wanted to go to Dreamfest. But one of my cool inspirational takeaways was I got to chat with the people, the individuals who design the Barbie. From their minds, they can share what that Barbie is going to represent and how she's going to relate to women and girls. Like, what a rad opportunity. Also, I got to sit in on a roundtable discussion with Girls Inc., which is like a program for girls to support young women and teach them like real life social skills and boundaries. I have a podcast that talks about domestic violence and how easy it is for us to become a victim of someone manipulating us or abusing us mentally, emotionally, even physically. And this is a program that helps women and girls find their own worth and their own value at an early age, which we never did. But that's another resource that I can share. I'm not gonna lie and say it was a perfect experience. They definitely screwed the pooch, and they know it. Haven't you ever been in a situation where you really something up so bad, and then you take accountability for it, you do the right thing, acknowledge that it was a jacked up situation, and then everybody around you is beating you over the head with it? You get crucified. It's like, get me off the cross, honey. We need the wood. Haven't you ever been in a situation where you just needed some grace? Someone dropped the ball, 100%. But it really threw me over the edge when Inside Edition said, hey, we want to hear more about your negative experience. They just want to hear from the people that had a negative experience so they can sensationalize it, so they can keep you pissed off. And guess what? You ain't gotta be. We not gonna church it up, okay? It was bad. We get it. But first of all, don't come to me presuming you know how I feel about it. When you have the opportunity to be the light, choose not to, and that's a problem in our world. And just have some damn gratitude. So the event sucked. They acknowledged it. They gave refunds. I just want to know how long y'all gonna complain about it so we can go on about our lives and talk about more important stuff. And my last question is, what are you doing to inspire other people? Because you're complaining, ain't it? All right, I'm gonna get off my horse now. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. It's time to go mind somebody else's business. All right.
Okay, well, I had some time to look around. There just wasn't as much as I thought there would be here, so it's kind of disappointing. I was able to get this really cute donut. It's like a Sakura donut, and then the drinks, they're like thin, like a Barbie. I've never seen Sprites like this. They're so thin. And I'll show you what else I got. Also got this super cute bag. It was like at the front, it's like a swag bag, but you could purchase it, and it's embroidered with Dream Life here. And then let me show you what I've gotten so far. I got this gorgeous art piece, and then I have this other one. I thought that was very pretty, so I got that. And then I also have this one. This looks so pretty. Isn't that pretty? And then I also have this one. This one's really gorgeous. It's a hand done. This is like a hand painted butterfly. Look at all the colors. It's so amazing. So that's what I got. And then I have this high Barbie hat. And then I also got this grab bag with a dog in it, and there's like a boot in here, just some spare stuff. But I mostly got it for the dog. Oh, the dog's dirty. That sucks. I didn't know that. And then we got this t-shirt here, and it says Barbie Dream Fest on it. It's like a gray shirt. And then I got this fashion. I thought it was really pretty, and it was a pretty good price. I saw other fashions, but the collars were frayed, and this one does have some stray threads at the bottom, so it's not the best quality, but it's a really pretty mod fashion. And then we got this other bag, and it has like a dog and a hanger in here, and some spare shoes. I don't know why I got that. I'm just so stupid sometimes. Yeah, so that's about all I got so far, and I looked around. That's about all there is, because it's just very sparse. I'm surprised they don't have more dealers here. You know, there should be more dealers. There's actually a whole area right here. They could have had more dealers. Look at that big space. It's empty. They could have put more dealers there. So I'm just very disappointed, you know, about just what I've seen so far. So hopefully, you know, it gets better. But, you know, just hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.
Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow doesn't die, it just reinvents itself, because the same thing happened at a Barbie convention in Florida today. It was called Barbie Dream Fest. Every single person had to pay $250 for entry. Photo ops were promised with an exact life-size replica of the dream house. Serena Williams and Angel Reese were promised to be there signing autographs and taking photos all weekend. People got there and it looked like this. I have chills because this is the exact same thing that happened with the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience. Except this may be worse because they didn't promise any celebrities at the Willy Wonka experience. Like Willy Wonka and the Oompa Loompa were not real to begin with, and then they added in that extra character, the unknown. But at this Barbie Dreamhouse thing, there was no celebrities there. It looked horrible. The photo op was this little paper or like cardboard backdrop. There was the balloons at the entryway. This is like so crazy. And I don't know how people keep getting scammed for things like this. It is so insane. They had this race course at the Barbie event that just had cones and a big Barbie logo for people to either like line up in, take photos in, or race through. But seriously, like, this is so funny to me. Like, how do people keep falling for stuff like this? What are your thoughts?
It happened again. You think after the Willy Wonka and Bridgerton experience that something like this wouldn't happen again, right? Wrong. This time, guests were left disappointed from the 3-day Barbie Dream Fest held in Florida from March 27th to March 29th. The event went viral as footage and pictures from the event reminded people of the Willy Wonka experience in 2024, and we all know how that turned out. Barbie Dream Fest was organized by Mischief Management, a company that creates fan-based conferences such as BroadwayCon and GeekyCon. The event charged fans anywhere from $69 for a single day pass, all the way up to $452 for VIP ticket holders. One user from Reddit claimed they spent over $1,000, which included travel, booking an Airbnb, and tickets. Barbie Dream Fest looked promising, advertised as an event that would include an interactive dream house, an 80s roller rink, giveaways, a fashion show, and movie screenings. It also promoted celebrity guests, including Barbie Life in the Dream House cast, designers, and athletes. This lineup included tennis icon Serena Williams to receive an Icon Award. Some festival goers claim that they spotted Serena Williams there, but she's still yet to confirm if she even attended. But other speakers were described as making an effort to engage with the audience. Guests have expressed their anger online. One user described the programming as awful, not in the programs they have, but in the disorganization of it. How on earth could they justify the price of this event and that was all that they had to offer? That's the best they could do? Pathetic. Another user said, "This event sucks. Barely any vendors or activities. There's barely any food or people selling cool things. Most of the things for sale are minimum $200 or ugly event merch. The speakers are the only part worthwhile. Who coordinated this? They need to be fired." However, one user posted on Reddit an email from Mischief Management saying, "If you purchase a 3-day ticket, you will now receive a full refund of your ticket purchase, including applicable fees." Although the website said all sales are final, no refunds. And it's unclear if Barbie owner Mattel had any involvement in the actual event. But Mischief Management has not come out with a statement regarding the event.